you
talking.
go.
There we go. Okay, well, proving once again, you don't have to be the smartest person here to be able to make this work. Everybody can see the slides, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, well, Brandy, I'm going to have you take it away and then we'll get rolling.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. So thank you everybody for joining us here on Zoom for our Longevity open house. As Jeff said, my name is Brandy Pember and I'm going to be your host. So before we get started, I'd like to encourage everybody to pay close attention to this information. The best way to pay attention is by taking notes and removing all distractions. The other reason you guys might want to take notes is because we will be answering questions at the very end. So make sure you write down those questions so that way we can answer them. Also, anybody joining us on camera, please be sure to keep them on because not only is it make us feel like we're not with that you're paying attention, but we also don't feel like we're talking to ourselves. And also, visibility is accountability, and studies show successful business people turn off all background noises. This includes your TV, your iPad, your cell phone. Make sure your kids and pets are occupied in the other room, and remove any other distractions that would keep you from learning how to build a successful business. The next order of business is to introduce our speaker, trainer, and coach. There's 4 things I could tell you about him. Number 1, he knows 100% of the information. He makes a lot of money. He loves to have fun, and he loves to help people. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jeff Gamble.
All right, I appreciate that. Brandy is the better half of this couple. We're here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's negative something with the wind chill out. It's super cold. But we are excited to come and bring you some information today. And here's basically what we're going to ask. For those of you who are kind of taking a look at this for the first time, we just want people to know what it is we do. So if you happen to run into the right person, you have the ability to refer us over to somebody else. That's basically it. This is more for information and education than it is anything. If you see something you like, if you'd like to participate, all you're going to need to do is get back with the person who invited you, and they're going to walk you through the steps. So I'm going to get right into this. This is actually an overview or an open house of our company, Youngevity. There's 6 areas really we're going to go over here in a second, but we're going to try this first slide first, which is why would we even take a look at this? I was in a situation, just kind of give you our background. Brandy and I actually own a holistic practice here in Indianapolis, and we have a strong 6-figure income. We're able to kind of do the things we want to do when we want to do them. We've built this over time. But one of the things that was missing was we were looking for a way to build an additional 6-figure or multi 6-figure income. We wanted to be able to make money from our phone. We wanted to be able to make money from our laptop. And I started looking at opportunities. And eventually this opportunity came around. And here's kind of what I saw. There were really 5 things to look at. Number 1 is, basically to improve your health. I was like, well, being that we're in the health field, Brandy and I are both traditional naturopathic doctors, which just basically means that we look at things from the natural side. We are not MDs. I absolutely appreciate everybody that's in the medical field. I love emergency medicine, but what I was really interested in was how to get healthy. So that way I don't have to take a bunch of stuff. So to improve your health, number 1. Number 2 is a way to make more money, kind of what I was talking about. I was looking for a way that I could put in time when I wanted to. That's key. When I wanted to work and I could make some decent money for the time that I spent. Number 3, to be able to buy back your time. Unfortunately, people who want time, I always explain to them the thing that buys your time back is money. The more money you make with the less time you have to put in is how you kind of get freedom. Number 4 is to create more security. We were also looking for a way that we could take some of this money and put it in places where it would keep coming in regardless if we showed up to work. Obviously people get sick, people get tired, people want to go on vacations. So we were looking for a way, how do you get mailbox money? Is that even possible still today? And we found that, that opportunity lies here. And then to help other people. If you do have your health and you do make money and you do have time and you do have security, well, what in the world else is there to do than go help other people achieve those 5 things? So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the areas we're going to evaluate tonight. Number one is the company. You've got to find a company that can stand the test of time, right? Because there's lots of ups and downs in the economy. Number two, the leadership. I've been told many times by many successful people that the leadership, who you're following, is more important than what you're doing. Why? Because if you're following the right people, they can figure out anything. If you're following the wrong people, they can screw up anything. So you want to follow the right people. Number three is the need and the market availability. Number one, is there a definite need that people would actually look for what you're doing? And number two, how many people out there could look or are looking for what you're doing? Number four, the products themselves, they actually have to stand up against what's in the market, you know. It can't be fly by night. It has to be something that's competitive or better. Um, Hold on. We got somebody's unmuted. Here we go. We're going to mute. Okay, we got everybody muted. Just so that way we can have a clear recording here too. So, compensation, does it make sense? Is there money here? How much? How do I get to it? And then the timing. So we're going to cover all these things real quick. The company itself was launched in 1987, so we're approaching that 30-year mark. Founded by Dr. Joel Wallach. I'm going to talk about him here in a minute. The current CEO is his son, Steve Wallach, so this is family based, headquartered out of California. It's operating right now in 11 countries. I thought that was kind of cool. I said it would be nice to make money from the other side of the world. And then gross revenue around $75 million or just over $75 million a year. And we are a debt-free company. Now, the leadership, this is the gentleman behind the company who actually founded it. He grew up on a farm in Missouri in the 40s and 50s. He became sick as a kid and started studying nutrition. That led him to a degree in agriculture and a major in animal nutrition, minor in field, crops, and soil. So he knows everything from the ground up. He then went on to become a vet, doctorate of veterinary medicine from the University of Missouri. After graduating, he went to work over in Africa, Zimbabwe, Africa, worked with Marlon Perkins, Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom, for those of you who remember that. And then in 1966, the NIH created a $7.5 million grant to study pollution. So Dr. Wallach received a telegram from Marlon Perkins asking him to be the head veterinarian on that grant. From 1966 to 78, so about 12 years, he actually performed over 17,000 autopsies on over 450 species of animals and 3,000 humans. The results of all of that study over those 12 years showed that not only animals, but also humans that die of natural causes actually die from nutritional deficiency. So it wasn't pollution at all that was killing them. It was lack of certain nutrients. So he documented all this in over 75 medical articles, scientific articles. He co-wrote textbooks. He tried to get the word out. He went on TV, he went on radio, he went on newspapers, and basically no one would listen to him. Why? Because he wasn't a doctor. So he solved that problem. In 1982, Dr. Wallach went back to school to actually become a naturopathic doctor of medicine, Portland, Oregon. He spent 12 years in private practice, delivering babies, doing surgeries, doing prescriptions. And eventually he realized, hey, I need to take this out on my own. And he started this company. So one of the most important things that Dr. Wallach learned from all of his education and all of his work experience, all of those autopsies, is that animals need 60 essential nutrients and humans need 90. Now, what are they? That was a good question. I had two questions right away when I heard that. I was like, okay, there's 90 different ones. First of all, why have we never heard of these 90 nutrients? And then second of all, what are they and how do we get them? What's the best way to consume them? Because I've always heard, well, you need to eat a balanced meal. And what he was saying is, if you were to eat a balanced meal, you would need to take about 20 trips around the outside of a grocery store and eat every single thing of every different color, including the cardboard. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. He did say 20 trips around. He didn't say the cardboard. So, is there an actual need for what we have? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that there's a health epidemic not just in the United States, but in the world, but definitely in the United States. If you look at obesity rates, if you look at physical inactivity, if you look at chronic disease, diabetes, mental health, if you look at heart disease, cancer, hypertension, child obesity, or prescription drugs, I think we can all agree, you know, we have a lot of money going out there into the medical field, but we don't have a lot of healthy people. So I believe the market availability is pretty good because if every person on the planet needs 90 essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and essential fatty acids, and we're not getting them, then what's the solution? I think the solution's pretty simple. We need to find a way to get them and get them to the people. So our product line. He actually developed now and or bought has access to over 2,000 products. We have six consumer categories. I'm going to go over in a minute. You can do your own research. I'm not here to go in and dissect every product. I would ask you to do your due diligence like I did to know that, they're absorbable, they're science backed, there is potency, they're designed for humans, and there is purity to them. They don't have a lot of garbage stuff in them. Unfortunately, there's a lot of garbage being sold out there. So obviously our number one category, because Dr. Wallach, made the 90 is health and nutrition. So if you're thinking vitamins, if you're thinking minerals, if you're thinking essential fatty acids, he's put all that together and he put it together in this health and healthy body start pack. So that way you're getting all 90. There's already a program for that. He then upgraded it with science and some great people. They were able to take that and kind of split it into two, one for the morning, one for the night. I've been using this based on a recommendation from the person who introduced me to this, which was David Robertson here in Indianapolis. He's like, Jeff, you know how me and you have been taking energy drinks and doing all this stuff for a long time? He goes, I started taking this and literally I was able to kind of wean myself off of all of these different energy drinks and all of the chemical stuff. And I'm just using this and I feel great. I was like, I'm interested. I'm going to order that. Next product is home and family. So everything from, pet stuff to cleaning products. There's 2,000 products. I'm not going to go into all of them. We have food and beverage. I do love the coffee. We have a Ganoderma mushroom-based coffee that I was kind of scared at first. I'll be honest, I was scared because I had tried mushroom coffee before, and it reminded me a lot of compost heap with water. I mean, it was gritty. If you've ever had some of the mushroom coffee and you got to chew it, that I was not. I was skeptical. But I tried it and I was like, man, this is so smooth. And then I had Brandy try it, and Brandy's like, wow, this is smooth. This is really good. And then I went to the ultimate taste test. I called my mom. I don't know if you have a parent that's still alive and in good health. But my mom is like an avid coffee drinker from the time I grew up. It was always coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon. That was my taste tester. I was like, hey, I'm going to bring you something. And it's coffee. She's like, oh, it's an individual sleeve. What is it? I said, well, it's a mushroom-based coffee. I said, but it's really good. It's really smooth. I said, you know how most coffee is really bitter? This is actually great. And she's like, okay, I'll try it. I got a call back from her the next day. She said, hey, I woke up. I put that coffee in, and my mom was one of those coffee drinkers that like it was really three-fourths cream, sugar, extra stuff, and then it was flavored with coffee. She's like, I went cold turkey, just coffee, just to see how this was. And she's like, this is so smooth. I love it. I want to order it. How do I get it? So that was a really, really good testimonial on my part. And now I use it. So spa and beauty, I'll be real honest, I do not wear a lot of makeup. But the people I know who do, in the company that I've talked to said that they really like the skincare line. They really like the beauty products. Essential oils, I'm very familiar with these. We ordered these right away. The potency's there. We have tons of stuff. I can't even, again, you'll have to go look at it yourself. And then we have some services, including healthcare plans. Again, I do not sell insurance. I won't go get my license anytime soon, but we have professionals that you can talk to about that. So that brings me to a third party company that has basically linked up with Youngevity called ZYTO. So ZYTO is a technology. The way that I described this after I read everything is 2,000 years ago in China, they used to sit people down the kind of the shaman or the health person of the village would sit people down. They'd look at the face and they say, "What's wrong?" And they would study the face and they would take notes. And over 2,000 years, they've been taking notes, person after person after person. There's a couple people in China, like a billion something. So they compiled all those notes together, and eventually they realized, hey, if you have a stomach ache or stomach issue, this is going to show up on your face. If you have high blood pressure, this is going to show up on your face. If you're dealing with, psoriasis or a skin issue or whatever, it's going to show up on your face. So eventually, some people who are very smart and technically savvy said, what if we loaded all that into a computer and we scanned somebody's face and we could get a printout of everything going on in the human body, all the imbalances in the human body with the scan. Now, I have to say this up front. We do not diagnose, treat, or cure anything. It just shows you the deficiencies so that way you know what to do. When I was told all that, I was skeptical. I was like, okay, you're telling me I can FaceTime myself using their app in 10 seconds and it's going to tell me what's wrong. I was like, I'm skeptical, but I'll take a look at it. Brandy used it first, and Brandy, we knew Brandy already was dealing with some stuff, and it picked up all of it plus some. So then I did me, and I did my scan, and my scan came out, and I was kind of awful. I was imbalanced in a lot of areas, and I asked Tom, I was like, Tom, I want a second opinion. He's like, you're ugly too. He didn't say that, but I was. And then I had to deal with all these different imbalances. And I was like, okay, well, I wonder who else can give me kind of an accurate reading. And there were two things that popped up, both on mine and Brandy's, one of which being mycotoxin. Mycotoxin is kind of a mold that grows on coffee beans, mold that grows on coffee beans. And I was like, that's interesting. If I have it and Brandy has it, guess who else probably has it? I'm like, hey, mom, do this scan real quick. She did the scan. Mycotoxin came up. So then we were able to give, I found kind of the regimen of what to take to actually eliminate mycotoxin. And, we did that 2 week thing. And at the end, we did another scan. Brainy did another scan. I did another scan. Guess what doesn't show up anymore? Mycotoxin. Now, what if you could do that with every area that you're imbalanced in? Do you think that would be good for most people? Do you think that'd be healthy for most people? I think it would be. So I was absolutely blown away by this technology. We went ahead and invested the money to actually be one of the testers of this remote scan. So it's a video capture. It captures all your vital measurements. It gives you a biomarker scan. And then it basically gives you a report. And then you can go to somebody who has our background or any background in the medical field to go over all the imbalances and kind of get checked out. But what's cool is they match this with our product line. They match this scan with our product line. So all the imbalances, you can go to the products and it says, hey, if you take this, it'll bring this many things back into balance. If you take this product, it'll bring this many things back into balance. So you could just kind of step by step eliminate a whole lot of issues. And, the main thing is just feel better and look better. Which I think all of us are interested in. So this is kind of the core systems that it goes over: detoxification, gastrointestinal, hormonal, immune, and then there's lifestyle areas. So you're going to get a detailed report of all these different areas. It's about 140, 145 categories. So that brings us to the compensation. If you're going to invest time in something, you want to make sure you're going to get paid, right? Obviously. But the second thing that I learned, actually, I learned this from a real estate guy. He goes, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if you could tie your income to inflation or better? I was like, that's interesting. He goes, if you think about it, the people who sell houses, as houses go up in value, people get paid based on what the price of the house is. He goes, that's kind of a cool thing. Rather than sitting at the same amount and keep asking for a raise and asking for, I don't know if you've ever worked at a job where you have to keep asking for more money. They do your annual review and they give you like 1%, 2%, 3%. Meanwhile, inflation is 10 or 20%, right? That you're not going to keep up really well. So I always wanted to tie, if I do anything, I want to tie my income to what's going on in the market, and it has to go up with what the market's doing. So watch this. Zestimates actually suggest that the industry of health and wellness is $160 billion globally, $50 billion in the US. But over the next 7 years, no, it's 5 years. By 2030, it should increase 7 to 8%. and it should be over $300 billion. That's a double your income in the next 5 years by being involved in an industry. So to me, it just kind of made sense. This would be something that you'd really want to tie your income to. Now, I have to give out this statement. This is our disclosure. Obviously, I'm not guaranteeing anybody any income. This is work at your own pace, do your own thing. You're an independent contractor. Your work and your results are really up to you. Although you're in business, what we say for yourself, you're not by yourself. There's a group of people to help. Um, Educational resources and support, again, are completely up to you. Risk or loss, if you buy the stuff and don't use it, just it's going to happen just like you go to the store and buy it until you're eventually going to have to throw it away because it'll be expired. And then compliance, we will stay in compliance with what's going on. So let me go over and hit really quickly what the different incomes are here. Number one, retail. You can just go out and find customers. Number two, rank and residual bonuses. I'll hit those. Quick start bonuses. I love those. Mega pack bonuses when somebody's like really excited and wants to go all in. Coding bonuses on those mega packs, car bonuses, and then a global revenue share. So this makes a lot of sense. You're basically buying everything wholesale and able to sell at retail. Now, do you have to stock anything? No. It's not a bad idea to give out samples. Why? I started giving out samples on the coffee and have already found several customers just with the coffee samples and their individual sleeves. So I think they're like $1.30 a sleeve. I think that's right. $1.20, $1.30 a little sleeve. There's 30 of them that come in a pack. So, giving those out, you'll probably end up with some customers just sharing the coffee. This is just an example of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, one of the main core products of the 90 essential vitamins and nutrients. Retail, it's $86.99. Wholesale, it's $69. So that's about a $17 difference. So obviously, if you had 10 customers ordering that product, it'd be $170. Now, we talked about this, the market availability. Every single person on the planet needs the 90, needs them. Now, they don't get them, they just need it. So if you were able to sign up America, which is probably not possible, roughly 300 million people taking this product, I did the math on it. It'd be about $27 trillion a month. You could do very, very well just marketing one product, but we have 2,000. So, you get in where you fit in and you just basically market what you like. The compensation and rank bonuses, honestly, as you bring people into the system and based on what you're ordering, or what your customers are ordering, you move up this chart and you go from making 5% to 8% to you can earn different levels if you decide to build a team. Do you have to build a team? Absolutely not. You can just stay retail if you want to. But the biggest earners in the industry, in the profession of network marketing, the biggest earners inside of this company have all built teams. And I would say more by accident than design. The products are so good. The products are so good that people want to buy them after they start using them and they feel better. And they're going to go tell other people. You will go tell other people if you're using them. So it's just a natural progression. If you want help breaking all this down, we have an amazing training that goes on once a week to kind of show you how to put that together. If you've never had any background in it, you can come in cold turkey, not knowing anything, and build to whatever level you want to build to. The next thing is this quick start bonus. I'll be real honest, being newer to the company, this is where I've made the most money the fastest, is you earn up to 30% of the BV of the first 30 days of business up to 750. So you're basically paid 27%. So I'm just going to give you a crude number of, let's say I show this to somebody and they're like, I like it. I'm going to get this, this, and this, and they spend $200. Do you have to spend $200? No. There's no maximums. There's no minimums. You just order whatever you want. Get in where you fit in. I have a friend that did order $200. And because he ordered $200, there was 200 BV and I was paid 26%, which is roughly $54. I got a $54 commission because somebody placed an order. How many orders would you like that a month or a week? I was like, man, if I just got an order like that every week, that's an extra $200 plus whatever other bonuses I get, right? The following month, if they order again, I would receive another commission, not of 26%, but whatever level I'm at in the company, which is probably 8%. right? So wouldn't you like 8% off of every order that goes through? Everybody you ever, I mean, can you imagine everybody that you've ever recommended to go see a movie or everybody you've recommended to go to a restaurant and every time they pay you 8 or 10%? I mean, how many of us would be getting a check every single week from doing that? I guess it's a lot of us. Next, the CEO packs. The CEO packs are basically the people who get in who want to experience the entire product line right up front. They want samples to hand out, and there's roughly just a little over 15 different packs, based on what you want to focus on and market, whether it's makeup, whether it's essential oils, whether it's the healthy side of things. But the packs pay out $70 each. I find that they're roughly around $500. You know, $500, you get a $70 bonus. And then there's also a coding bonus. So if you get to a certain level, just the sales associate level, there's $15 bonuses, and then each level you go up, they add some money, and it compounds all the way up to $190. If you start a new group and you're a 5-star, you start a new group, and people start ordering those packs, you make $70 personally, but you'd make $190 on top of that. That guys, that could add up fast. We also have car bonuses. You have to get to the 1-star position. What does it take to get the 1-star position? Roughly 60 ordering people, doing about 100 in volume each. You'll work your way up to the 1-star. You start getting a $300 car bonus. 2-star, I don't remember the rest of the numbers, but it goes all the way up to $1,500. How many people would like to get to 5-star and get a $1,500 car bonus every month? I think that would be pretty nice, right? What would a $1,500 car payment look like? Well, I mean, it can look like an SUV. It can look like a truck. It can look like something new. It can look like something used. You get to $1,500, you can spend it on a horse and carriage. You might want to buy a Tauntaun if you live in Indiana right now because it's so cold. Global revenue share bonus. I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea how this works. I did look at it. I did break it down. I still don't understand it. Tom just said, when you get there, they'll send you the check. He goes, Tom is, one of the guys who's one of the top earners in the company. He goes, I swear, when you get there, they send you this extra check. You probably won't even know how it works, but they're going to send it to you anyway. I said, okay, if it's spendable money, I'm good. So how many people, this is a question, timing wise, how many people do we know that need one or more of the following things? How many people could raise their hand and say, I know some people that need better health? Most people know somebody who needs better health. How many people know people who need more money? Sometimes people are asking you for money. You know who those people are. How many people need more time? These are the people who are worn out, who say they're not sleeping. They're like, I never get enough sleep. I'm always trying to get this finished. I'm always getting up early to do something else. I don't have time to go to the doctor. I don't have time to go to the dentist. More security. There's a lot of people who are scared right now. There's a lot of people scared, fearful of their career, fearful of their job, not because of anything, I'm not even going to go the political route. I'm talking about, what about AI? What about AI? Do you guys know by 2030, 41% of all jobs are going to be taken over in some form or fashion by AI? And here's the thing, whether you like AI or hate AI, there's nothing we can do to stop AI. Technology does not care how you feel. It's just going to start moving and going that direction. And the good news is, if you know of anybody who's young getting into school, rather than telling them to go into a profession, tell them to go study AI because somebody's going to have to program and fix and upgrade that stuff. That'd be a really good profession to go into in the future, right? Timing. When is the best time to plant a tree? Well, the best time to plant a tree was probably 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. The best time to get into Youngevity was in 1997 when Joel Wallach decided to launch this company. The second best time is right now because this might be the only time you've heard about it. So what does it take to actually be a rep of the company? Well, I kind of call it kind of works like Sam's Club or Costco. There's a $30 enrollment. It's billed annually. I'm just going to call it $50 a year. They just give you a discount the first year of $30. What else do you have to pay for? Well, you're not. It gives you the welcome letter. It gives you a back office. It gives you a website to go to, and you can order everything with this $30. You can order everything at 20% off. Now, if you want to build the business and actually make money, I would suggest not only becoming a distributor, but becoming active by logging into your website and creating an order and setting up an auto ship so that way you know what you're getting every month. That can be changed at any point. Get trained. We have a training every single Sunday that we can send you a message on. They're all recorded. You can get access to all of the training, even if you work nights, even if you work days, even if you have kids, even if you have dogs, you can still watch the training at your own pace. And the objective is to get paid and promoted right away. And we'd like to help you do that if that's what you want to do. So I said at the very beginning of this, what is the reason we all looked at this? I wanted a favor from everybody so we can show you what it is we do, how we do it. So if you run into the right person, you can refer people to us. So I think we handled that. The second thing is if you heard about one of the products or see one of the products that we talked about and you're like, hey, I'd like to try that, get back with the person who brought you here. Third is a person who's like, you know what? This sounded good when I heard it was $30 to join. I've spent more than $30 at McDonald's. I've spent more than $30 on a dinner that I didn't like. That I would be willing to try this in the hopes that it would work for me. And what I can tell you is there's a group of people here that will help you do it. There's a group of people here who will answer the phone. There's a group of people here who will spend time with you and actually explain what's going on. So if you're interested in doing that, that's fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually ask, and this is impromptu. I'm going to call on some people here. Sorry. If you can just kind of give your background and your testimonial. Now, Dave, I know you've been in the business for quite some time. You're driving, but I don't know if you can jump on here real quick and say something. That's Dave Robertson.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah, so you want to hear my testimonial about why I joined the company, or
I mean, you can talk about why you're still in Indiana for all I care, but yeah, why you
okay.
joined the company would be best.
Yeah. So why I joined the company was just I was looking for the best supplementation that I could find, uh, the best that the best that I could afford, or the best that I could find.
Okay.
Uh, so I had my own business. Money wasn't like a huge problem for me. So I had to be physically, I was a tile setter. It was a custom tile company. And um, I did bathroom remodels and I did all the work myself. So I'm like, I need to really take care of myself, because if I break down, I don't make any money. So I need like the best supplementation possible. And so I found Youngevity, started taking Youngevity, and today I'm glad that I still take it. The products have just gotten better and better. Their research and development team is awesome. Um, the 3.0 is just phenomenal. I'm in a job right now where I sell plumbing, so I'm not physically doing the work anymore, but the hours are super long, especially when it's -1 degrees like it is right now here in Indiana. That I got up and I left the house at 7:30 a.m. It is 9:35 and I'm pulling into my neighborhood. So the days are long. The energy level has to stay up, or I will fall asleep driving. So, and I don't do that with chemical filled energy drinks anymore. I'm able to do it with the 3.0 that we have. And so, and as a bonus, I can tell people about this product. I can tell people about the opportunity, and be able to build a team of people or find people that are better than me, that are more skilled than me. I can be a talent scout and say, hey, there's an opportunity here. If you're hungry, you have the desire to build a team, you can make good money here. There's people making great money here. You can replace your income if you work hard at it. And so that having that opportunity is just like icing on the cake. But initially, it was for my health.
Okay. Awesome stuff. Well, guys, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to wrap this up. We can stay on here for a second. I'll answer some questions, but I just wanted to wrap this up and say, look, get back with the person who brought you here. Let them know if you're a referral. Let them know if a customer want to try some products, or let them know if you're like, yeah, I want to give this a shot. I'm going to go ahead and stop the